You know, changing a cradle in an Escape or a Mariner is not that big of a deal, and they're common to rot out if you don't have to torch every single last bolt to get them to come off. The engine will just hang up there by itself, and you just separate everything. Exhaust disconnects there, and they made these out of some pretty quality metal. They don't rot out, studs don't break. Taking the ball joints off, well, the whole control arms, ain't no big deal. You just, if you're changing the control arms without changing the cradle, you want to make sure that nut doesn't come loose. Otherwise, you're cutting and torching up inside the cradle. So we got our control arms there. When the cradle snapped, it took out the CV, new CV going in. Just a couple zip, take all of your supports out. I'm putting a new flex pipe in because that one was smoked. And I had one in my parts room. But I got everything loose, ready to drop except for the rack. See, those are loose. It's moving up and down the whole cradle. Now that I've got the sway links off, that's what I was torching, or the sway bar bushings. Now we're gonna go up, and this drops enough so that we can get the bolts to the trans mount and the bolts to the rack. This rack is gonna slide forward and just hang there. And then this whole cradle will come down, and there's our junkyard supplied cradle. You can see the trans mount from here that I was talking about. We'll go zip with those. I'll pick the better of the two and put it on. Yeah, that's where we bolt up there. We got our sway bar, control arms going there and there. Not that big of a deal. As it may seem, I've done more cradles in these than any other vehicles. The Escape, Mariner, Tribute. It's just the metal they used on the cradles. Cheap. And the fact we're in the Rust Belt. Give you one last look at where the cradle snapped right here while driving, tire kicked out. If you look at the outside of this, everything looks pretty darn good. I've sprayed a ton of PB Blaster, disregard that. And these oil leaks I am addressing as well while I got this out. But this actually rotted from the inside out. You couldn't tell. See that chunk? Where did I put that chunk? You know, don't look too bad on the outside, but when you go on the inside, nasty.